So you've got a good espresso machine, you've got a good grinder, good beans, and your coffee is sometimes sour, sometimes bitter, or sometimes both, and you never know why. Well, usually it's not your machine, it's not your grinder, it's 5 very specific mistakes that almost every home espresso owner makes or used to make. And yes, I include myself in it. Hi everyone, grab your favorite mug of coffee. I'm Colin and welcome to Cafendista, the channel where we talk about coffee, espresso at home, with one goal, helping you brew a better espresso. The mistake number 1, and might be the most common, you're eyeballing your dose. What does that mean? Here is the reality. Without a scale, it's going to be extremely hard to make a proper espresso. You're making coffee by chance. Espresso usually is a recipe. You might know the classic benchmark, 18 grams of ground coffee in the portafilter for 36 grams of liquid in your cup. This is a 1:2 ratio, extraction time in 25 to 30 seconds. So this is the traditional recipe. And without a scale, well, you have no idea if you're at 15 grams, 22, even more. Some days you might have a strong coffee, maybe bitter, some days might be too weak, too acidic, and you never know why, because well, you have no data, you have no idea why you are. The fix here is quite simple, a kitchen scale, accurate to 0.1 gram, budget between 15 and 50 or even $200, but you have some pretty good option in the budget. And I think it's the single most impactful purchase you will make for your espresso. And if you want to be sure how to extract properly your espresso, I have created a free guide. I put the link in the description, you can go check it out. The mistake number 2, I used to make also myself, you change every setting at once. You know your espresso is too bitter, then you adjust the grind and the dose and the water volume and maybe the temperature all at once. Well, maybe it's a little bit exaggerated, but if you start to move more than 2 variables, well, you will have 2 outcomes. Either it improves your espresso and you have no idea what worked, or it gets worse and you have no idea what broke it. Conclusion, well, you learn nothing and you can go in circles, your coffee might stay mediocre. The solution here, and I'm sure you know, well, you change one variable at a time. Start with the grind size. It has the biggest impact on the extraction. If your espresso pulls under 20 seconds, go finer. If it goes over 35-40 seconds, go one step coarser. Taste, wait, and then adjust again. Yes, it could be a little bit slow, but that's what's going to help you to really pinpoint what will have the most impact for your coffee. The first thing before even a scale, a grinder, so you can use fresh coffee beans. So we come now to the mistake number 3. Look at your coffee bag. Is there a roast date on it? No, not the best before, but a roast date. If not, that could be a problem. It is usually a problem. The aromatic oils in the coffee starts to disappear after it's roasted. The CO2, which is really important for the crema, also disappear after a while, and after 6, 8, 12 weeks post-roast, the beans begin to degrade. Personally, after 3 and 4 months, I would find the coffee a little bit flat, and after 6 months, not really good. I tend to drink my coffee between 2 weeks and 3 months after the roast date. Now, the problem with the coffee in the supermarket, they might have been roasted 6 months ago, sometimes even a year. So how do we know what's going to be inside the bag? The fix here, if you can, buy your coffee at a local roaster, specialty coffee also if you can, and always look for a clear printed roast date. Drink your coffee between 2 and say 12 weeks after. You can go a little bit more, and store it in an airtight container away from light and heat, not in the fridge. Mistake number 4, you're judging your espresso by the crema. I know this is a really big debate, but I see that also a lot. Big golden crema equal good espresso. That's what usually a lot of people believe. Well, most of the time it's not really true. The crema is the result of the coffee oil with the CO2 released under pressure. So it depends mainly on the bean freshness, the machine pressure, not really the extraction quality. Yes, I agree, a lot of crema is important for the body of the espresso. And a very fresh bean will produce abundant crema, even with a really poor technique or poor extraction. Conversely, a well-processed specialty bean with a lighter roast can produce thin crema, but a far more complex and balanced shot. So my point for this one, judging your espresso just by the crema is not really fair. Always try it. This is the fix. The only real judge in the cup is the taste. Mistake number 5, you're blaming the machine where the problem is the grind. The most common mistake, I think. If your espresso is bitter, sour, you might start to really look into your machine thinking something's not right. Where most of the time, I would say 80-90% of cases, the problem is in the grinder and the grind size. You might know that rule. If your grind is too coarse, the water flows too fast through the puck, not enough contact time, under extraction, an espresso that will be sour. At the the opposite, if you grind too fine, too much resistance, an extraction that is too long, too extracted, over extraction, coffee that will be bitter. Keep in mind, a proper extraction time should be usually between 20 to 30 seconds, ratio 1 to 2 with a steady flow. The fix, before blaming the machine, usually dial in your grind properly. Pay attention to your grinder. This is the most important part of your setup. And this is the most powerful variable, the grind size, you have. I have a bonus mistake, it's the number 1. I could have named that video the 10 or even the 20 mistakes, but I had to make it not too long. So the bonus mistake number 1 is having a cold portafilter. We don't really talk about that much, but if your portafilter is cold, if it's left in a cabinet or on the counter, well, during the extraction, it will absorb it from your espresso. And if your cup is not also preheated, you will again lose temperature. Conclusion, your coffee might get cold too fast. The fix is quite simple. Keep your portafilter locked in the machine. If you have a small machine like that with a thermoblock, you can run a flush before. And don't forget to preheat also your cup. 5 seconds, that could make a real difference in the cup. One more mistake, bonus 2, uneven distribution and sloppy tamping. This is also extremely important. You know, you dose, you tamp, you pull your shot. But the problem, if your coffee isn't evenly distributed before tamping, you might create zones of uneven density. It will create the classic channeling. The result, part of the puck over-extracted, a part under-extracted. Both end up in your cup. Not good. The fix before tamping, quite simple. Always try to distribute the ground properly in your portafilter. You can use a WDT. It's quite cheap and it will make a big difference again in your cup. A recap and conclusion. So 5 mistakes here. Eyeballing your dose. Solution, use a scale. Don't try to change everything at once. Change one variable at a time. Before looking into the machine, get a proper grinder and buy fresh beans. Judging your espresso by the crema, what is really important is the taste in the cup. And then blaming the machine, first look properly into the grind. If this video helped you, a thumbs up, make a real difference for the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for your support. And I'm curious, which one of these mistakes were you making? Or might be also other mistakes. You can tell me that in the comments. I read everyone. Don't forget to download the free guide, it's in the description. And don't leave yet. I'm pretty sure you will love the video appearing here. I hope you will have a good week. I'll see you soon on Cafe Lista. Ciao.